Hey everybody, welcome. It's Friday, it's the wrap up. Check out the sun. We've still got sunshine over here. I am outside. My boy Jago is tutoring. He's got a big test coming up in a couple of weeks. It's like an entrance exam to the grammar schools in the UK. So that's like well, it's just like a streaming thing, so you can get to choose which schools you go to. So good to have you here. It's the Friday wrap up. Hoping everyone can hear. We are actually on the phone, obviously, so you never know. You never know. It's a toss up between using StreamYard and being on all the different channels, or um, or just going live on YouTube, on Facebook, and having it all having it live on YouTube and nowhere else. And I got no notes with me, so I'm flying blind. But you know what? I've had an awesome week. I've been on a date, so there's a big breakthrough in that subject. I won't say much more than that because it's not. I'm not here to tell all the ins and outs of it. But you know, if you've been watching my videos, if you've been part of Team Superdad, if you know me, then you know that over the last 5 years, it really hasn't been. It just hasn't been something that I felt ready for or wanted to do. But yeah, but we made it happen. And you know what? I think it's very much part of a journey, a process. Working on the Hero Academy, working with my own coach. Um, you know, you can't expect to make breakthroughs in areas without working on them, and so uh, you got to have a focus of what you want to create. You've got to have some people around you, and you've got to have some structure that has you go about things in a way that you haven't gone about them before. It's 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 like anything, you know. Sports stars, music stars, they have guides, they have coaches, they have managers, they have agents, they have a lot of people around them, nutritionists, cooks, PTs, like the whole shebang, right? And then the rest of us just bumble along thinking that we're going to make it happen, and it's taken me a lot of time to work that out. But as far as you know, as far as my fitness, oh, it's so windy. As far as my fitness, as far as now dating, finances, growth in the business, it's not something that comes overnight, but it is something that's coming through energy, focus, support of others. Maybe I'll just sit down. How about that? So yeah, so the Hero Academy is launching October the 1st. That's flipping exciting. It's a monthly dad's group accountability mastermind, focus fitness, our family, growth in your finances. Absolutely going to be epic. And but it's actually, if I'm going to tell the truth about it, like starting anything new, it's confronting. You know, it's like that. They call it imposter syndrome. Like, how am I going to create that? How am I going to do that? And so, you know, just like any area where the breakthroughs come, it's something that's got to have a breakthrough in that. If you're watching it in the Team Superdad group, you'll be aware of all the chat that's going on around every area of our life and the challenges with our kids, with money, with business. But it's not about being stuck in it or blaming. It's about taking responsibility and going after the win. And that's really my message in the wrap up today. Is it's a reflection back on the time when I was so full of blame, and at that time I really put a lot of what was going on someone else. And there's an element of that you might all be experiencing, whether it's challenges in your business, whether it's challenges in your relationship. But the moment you're pointing the finger too much at someone else, then it's time to wake up and realize, like, okay, well, what can I be responsible here for? What choices could I make? What decisions could I take at this time? What people could I put around me? What kind of support am I getting? Where am I at fault? And you know, this is a much bigger story than the Friday wrap up has got time for, but I will be covering it in a longer session, maybe over the weekend, maybe the beginning of next week. But it's it, that blame is really negative and destructive, you know, and it's also a really good way of not taking responsibility for yourself. If it's a relationship, then ultimately you could go as far back as looking at who asked who out, like, or who said yes or who proposed. Like, there were a lot of times along that path where you could have made a different decision. So in terms of whose fault is it, like, that's actually quite a look back to the past. You know, in the realms of a relationship that wasn't going very well, and me pointing a finger at certain situations inside that relationship, there still could have been decisions that I could have made about getting, realizing that some of my depression after the miscarriages and and the illnesses, some of that depression I needed help for. And had I been in a better place, had I not been so burnt out, I could have probably done better. I could have made some better decisions. At the times I was searching Google for "Am I burnt out?", it would have been appropriate to realise that I probably was, and to have gone and got the right help and support then. So stepping out of the situation and looking more at yourself, looking more at what you can take charge of, what you can be responsible for, because that's where you can really add a difference. You don't send soldiers into war who are sick. You don't send footballers into a cup final who are unfit, who aren't well. And this is the reality of you in your life. It's the reality of me in my life. Is that if you want the kind of results that you say you do, if you want the kind of relationship that you say you do, then going into it with the wrong tools, going into it with the wrong mindset, going into it sick and unhealthy, is unlikely to endear those other people towards you. It's unlikely that you will come up with the solutions that are going to make the difference. And so I said in the title, winning is about taking responsibility. And all the time you're blaming, then even if you feel like it's really, really not your fault, like it's really, really something else, some external thing, then you still can't bloody do anything about it. So if you feel like you're stuck in it, then quite frankly, maybe you need to take yourself out of that situation. And I know myself, when I was thinking, like, what the fuck am I going to do here? Should I stay? Should I go? Can I fix this? Can I not fix this? The thing to realize there was that staying in it, I couldn't really fix it. And that really is about taking responsibility. If you're overweight and not feeling attractive, and you can't pick your kids up, and you can't run to the whatever it is, then you've got to do something about that. And that's a really easy picture. It's a really easy example to latch onto. Not saying the solution is easy, but it's something that we can all relate to. It's about taking responsibility for yourself and the situation, getting the help and guidance and support of others around you so that you can make gains in that area. And I lived that. And if you'd have said to me, yeah, Johnny, stop blaming other people, take more responsibility, I'd have told you to do one. I really wouldn't have listened that much. And that's where you need people around you who have got the wherewithal to actually pull you to one side and say, no, hang on a minute. This is about you and about your role in this situation, and about taking responsibility and control of it. In the world today, it's almost as if it's not okay for men to say, I'm taking control of this situation. Oh yeah, men always taking control. No, it's absolutely right that in certain circumstances you do need to take control. You do need to take control of yourself. You do need to take control in an appropriate way of your family and the leadership role that you can have in that family. I'm not saying that's a one person leadership, but when you're acting completely broken and you're acting completely like I'm helpless in this situation, when you're blaming other people and are acting like it's not your fault, then you've given up all opportunity to make a breakthrough in that area. And whether it's your fitness, your finances, your family, the amount of fun you're having, it really is about putting a stick in the ground and saying, I'm going to bloody do something about this. It took On October the 5th, 2015, it took a real crappy, ultimate, utter breakdown in that situation for me to finally take responsibility. And I felt like not leaving before was me taking a responsibility to stay and do the right thing. But it broke me. Now, you might hear me come back to this example a lot, but it's something so poignant in my life. And it's also something that has given me the focus and energy to create breakthroughs in all other areas of my life, to do something about it, create Team Superdad and the Hero Academy, and to be working with other men, other dads. And it's so exciting to have a breakthrough in the dating subject this week. The sun's just getting lower and lower. I'm shining more and more in my face, which must be doing everyone's head in. It's so exciting to have that breakthrough because it was uncomfortable to talk about it like, oh yeah, well, we're going to create breakthroughs in all areas of our life. And like I said, it's really important that I'm not latching onto this. It's exciting. It's an awesome person, and who knows what might come of it. But it's interesting that the breakthrough in that area hasn't come for me through a really strong focus in that area. It's the confidence and progression I'm having around Team Superdad and the Hero Academy has actually spurred me on, given me the confidence to make a phone call and to say, hey, how's it going, what are you doing later, that I perhaps wouldn't have had previously. So the breakthroughs that you have in one area of life are going to give you the breakthroughs in other areas of your life. So sitting around saying, this is crap, this is shit, I'm stuck, I'm stuck is like the biggest cop out anyone can make. And ultimately it's you're giving up all responsibility in the situation when you're saying, I'm stuck. No one's stuck. You're stuck because you haven't made a decision. You're stuck because you haven't been confident enough to do something about it. You're stuck because you keep going back and doing the same thing over and over again, even though it's not working. And so we've got to break out of this. Team Superdad, the Friday wrap up, it's uncomfortable trying to prepare for a live stream anytime you do it, right? It's uncomfortable trying to prepare for one every Friday and having that as a responsibility. Like, I'm going to do this every Friday and I'm going to have something to say. I don't know what there is to say, but if I haven't been doing stuff during the week, then there's definitely not going to be anything to say. So it ain't all sunshine and rain. What does Rocky say? Life ain't all sunshine, and oh my God, I learnt it with Jago, and it slipped the mind. It's in Rocky 5 when no, it's in Rocky Balboa, Rocky 6 when he's talking to his son, and life ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a mean and nasty place, and it's gonna knock you to your feet. It's not at all right, but I promise you, we're gonna go back and revise it and bring it back to you. But the point is, you got to take it head on. You got to get knocked down and get back up. And it's not about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you got up and keep on going. And that's it. Because winners win and blamers blame. And winning isn't about coming first. Winning is about the finish line. Winning is about completing the race. I get grief from some people, about levels of competitiveness and talking about winning all the time. But people miss the point. Winning is winning the race that you're playing. And they say that you always win the game you're playing. So if you're playing the game of sit on the couch and feel sorry for yourself, you're going to win that game. If you're playing the game of walk 1 kilometer because that's all you can manage, then you're going to win that game. And if you're committed to that game, you will grow and progress, because 1 kilometer walking leads to 1 kilometer jogging. 1 kilometer jogging leads to 5 kilometer walking. 5 kilometer walking leads to 5 kilometer running. Wherever that gain that you seek is, it doesn't come from doing nothing and blaming others. It comes from getting on the court and being in action. So you got to take some decisions in your life. You got to take some actions that are going to help you work towards the goals. It could be an obvious goal. It could be an essential goal. It could be a pleasant surprise in an area of your life that you hadn't thought about. So get off your ass. Stop blaming and win the game you're playing. Come on over to teamsuperdad.com/Hero Academy. The Hero Academy launches on October the 1st. You're going to be in there or you're going to miss out. I don't want you to miss out. It's going to be a 4-week rolling program, a mastermind, an accountability group, a success session like no other. I can't wait to speak to all the dads in Team Superdad. I am messaging you and calling you all individually to invite you on board. If you're interested, then message me below inside of this message. Team Superdad is about dads all over the world coming together and creating their best life ever. You ain't going to do it if you don't take part. So come on over. I can't wait to meet you. Friends around the world, it's good to see you if you've been watching this far. And spread the love. Share the word. Give us a like. Give us a comment. Even if it's garbage, even if you don't agree with all this, then let me have that chat because it's all good. At least it knows that I'm not talking to myself. It's Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Team Superdad out. Bye.